Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. Again, it's been so long since I've actually sat down in front of a camera and filmed, because last week's video was my trip to Lanzarote and that wasn't in front of a camera, and then the week before that I think didn't even upload, which I really apologise for again. But here I am this week. Really hope this video goes up, because I'm actually kind of not in a massive rush, but I've got to pack because I'm going to Leeds this weekend for my brother's birthday. And this is kind of the only time I can film this video, and I know the Wi-Fi here at my house is way too slow for it to upload before we have to leave, but I think I might cheekily take my laptop to my brother's house and just sneakily upload. So today's video is actually suggested by, I really hope I get your name right, Ranjeet. Anyway, thank you so much for your suggestion, because it's to do with art, which I know a lot of you who are subscribed to me love watching my art videos, so yeah, this is like a perfect video. And plus I've been meaning to do like a GCSE related video for a while. But anyway, I'll put your comment here just so you guys can read it. But basically the suggestion was just how to get inspiration on what to draw and how you can improve your artwork throughout GCSE, which I think is something really important. Back when I started GCSE, I don't think I really watched YouTube at all until I was in year 11 or end of year 10, I think it was, going into year 11, and I didn't really watch art videos at all then. I just did most of my research kind of online, but now obviously like YouTube's massive, you can find any kind of video you want on it. So yeah, anyway, to help you or anyone watching, I've just kind of sat aside for 5 minutes before I film this video just to try and think of things. God, I feel like it's so, well, it is so long ago since I've done GCSE art, but yeah, I've tried to think of everything that I did do. So I'm going to start off with how you can find inspiration for your artwork. The first thing I put on my list was Pinterest. Massive Pinterest, like that is probably one of the main things I used, especially throughout year 11. My art teacher actually recommended it to us, and I don't think I made an account. I do have one now, but I don't think I made one then. I think I just searched just as like a what's it called, just like a general user. But when I found out what my GCSE topic was, which was Spill, Drop and Break at the time, I searched on there and there was quite a lot of really good things I could take inspiration from, which I found really helpful. You can also obviously find artwork on there, and again, I don't think you have to make an account for it. Pretty sure I didn't have one at the time. You can just search and just put in the keywords, whatever it is that you're kind of looking for, and you can find literally a variety of different things. So I definitely recommend Pinterest. Another thing that I used, weirdly enough, was sometimes, again, I'll just use the Spill, Drop and Break example. I typed in on Google Spill, Drop and Break art GCSE ideas, and I think that was someone who had the same topic and posted for ideas on like WikiAnswers or something like that, and the people who had like replied back and commented their ideas, I kind of took inspiration from that as well, and that really helped. You wouldn't expect to find inspiration on WikiAnswers, but it's actually like surprising how many other people are doing the same topic as you in art, and they also are kind of looking for help. So yeah, Google, just kind of put in and you can find things. Again, you might even find things on like Google Images as well, so it all helps. And the last thing I put down was Instagram. I didn't use Instagram for art GCSE at all, I'm pretty sure, but like YouTube, Instagram has blown up and it's just full of random things, and sometimes when I go on my explore page I'll see like drawing videos, and there'll also be ones that show you like techniques on how to do something and not how to do it, which I thought was really good actually. And even if you find art accounts in there, I used to follow a couple of art accounts, although I don't think they post anymore because I haven't seen them in ages. But back in the day, I used to follow quite a few art accounts, and just looking at their techniques and getting inspiration from them as well was really helpful. If you're more of a book person, I'm sure you could go to the library and just find artist books. I don't really know what they're called, if you prefer looking at pictures in a book. But yeah, generally that's how I got my inspiration, to be honest. Nothing dramatic and exciting, but it worked for me. And now moving on to how to improve your work. This one took me a little bit longer to think of. I've got 3 different things, unless I think of any more, that I think would really help. The first one I wrote down was practice drawing features one at a time. What I mean by that is, not long ago I actually started, rather than just drawing a whole like self-portrait photo, I decided to just search on Google like eyes or mouth or lips or ears or whatever, and just draw one by one, just focusing more on the detail and one bit at a time. This allowed me to, say if I was drawing an eye, I could just really focus on the eye, not have to worry about any other features of the face, and just really focus on the detail, and that like massively helped me. But then what also I did was I drew other eyes that were from different angles, just to improve my capability of drawing eyes or lips or a nose or whatever. And then when you start to feel more comfortable with how you're drawing like parts of the face, then go for it and just like try out a full portrait. That's what I would suggest. I haven't actually drawn in ages, but I've just been so busy recently. But I really need to get back into it and fill in my art book a bit more. But yeah, I would definitely just take your time practicing parts of the face, and then when you start to feel more comfortable, then move on to like a full portrait. But also, like, if you do any of these little extra bits, shove it into your GCSE art anyway, because it all counts as different parts of GCSE, and whatever extra work you do, your art teacher will love it, because like that counts to more points, more practice, more experimenting. So I really recommend just whenever you have time just to add more stuff. Next one I'm suggesting is the grid method. I'm sure any of you watching would know what that means, because I think I probably did it before GCSE anyway. I didn't actually use this throughout GCSE that much, probably like only 2 or 3 times. But if you're not very confident in going straight away and just drawing it out, and you're worried about proportions and stuff like that, then I would definitely recommend doing the grid method. I'll put a picture here for a couple of seconds, just to hopefully explain what I actually mean by it if you don't know what it is. For me, I was probably a bit lazy and I couldn't be bothered to draw out, measure all the squares and stuff like that. But when you get that bit done, it is so worth it, and it's just so much more accurate as well. I just tended to just go for it and just hope for the best, and fortunately the majority of the time it worked out. But the grid method definitely helps, and I even used it for my Stranger Things painting, which I still need to finish. I even used it on that just because I really desperately want this painting to be good. So I took the time to actually make this perfect and do the grid method. So yeah, I definitely recommend doing that. I feel like I'm repeating my words, so I'm really sorry if I am. And the last thing, I suggest that you buy some really good quality pencils. A couple of my older siblings are actually really artistic, and the pencils that I use the majority of, he actually bought me them for Christmas quite a few years ago now, so I've had them for a long time. But honestly, just having a variety of pencils and just I don't know, a 2B or whatever, I can't massively remember all the numbers or the H's and the B's and whatever. Having that variety of light and dark pencils really helps with your shading, because if you pick up an 8B or whatever, the slightest, even if you don't put much pressure onto the paper, it's going to come out really dark anyway. So if you go for more like a 2B, which is your average kind of drawing pencil, that's going to be so much more light and you can be a lot more delicate, and then go in later with the 6, 7, 8s or whatever, just to add that more depth. So if you're going into GCSE, I definitely recommend getting some good quality pencils, or if you want to kind of improve your painting skills, then get a variety of paints. I didn't get some till the end of year 10 when I had my first mock exam, and they made such a difference. It was so nice not just relying on the school to have the colours, even though they would only have the primary colours anyway, but just having your own rainbow set of paints. And it meant that if you ran out of green, then you would already have that same shade of green to go back to. You wouldn't have to try and make sure you've got the right amount of yellow and blue. So I'd recommend getting some pencils or paints, whatever you feel like you need. But anyway, that is the end of today's video. I have really rambled on. My throat is not really feeling sore, but I can feel like I need water because I feel a bit dry. Hopefully when I edit this video it makes sense and helps you guys out. I really hope it does, sending on the knowledge. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I've got some really good videos planned. Quite a few of them are being art videos as well, so keep an eye out for them, and I guess I will see you guys next week for another video. Bye!